morning. It is still here on this beautiful day. Today, I'm going to talk about how to increase your energy frequency, because it's quite important for your life and for your business. My name is Els van Laken, and I coach entrepreneurs to play big, and that means doing business on their terms from a good base, namely playing big on themselves. And that's the essence of one of the coachings that I did today in our tribe, is that to come back to that we are good enough, that you don't have to keep yourself small, you don't have to make yourself bigger than you are, and then maybe have like a kind of boundary that, yeah, you make yourself bigger. So you're like this kind of Michelin guy. I don't know if you know it in English, but you know this guy, this white guy, and you make sure, and everybody thinks it's all okay, but then they push you, and then you feel like, no, I cannot handle everything. So the fact is that almost everyone around us has, and also me, has this feeling of not being good enough. And in that essence, I coached someone so that she could really feel in all the cells of her body, because she had heard so many times of her mother that the mother told the child, you will not be able to do anything. And that programming stays in the system. So it's not something that you can just push back, because it's part of your limbic brain. And your limbic brain, in a split of a second, brings you back to these memories of your mother telling you that you cannot reach anything. And so that means you are not good enough. And so we had a beautiful session, a beautiful one-on-one coaching, where I coached this beautiful entrepreneur to believe and trust more that she is good enough. And I felt like everyone in the group was getting healed by this. And she said to me afterwards, Els, I really want to thank you, because in that 10 minutes that you coached me, you achieved more. You allowed really to take the angle out. And that's what we do. Instant coaching, we take the angles out more than all the coachings and all the therapists and all the sessions that I had over the last years. And I'm going to ask her to write it down or to put it on a video so that you can hear it from her. And yeah, that's part of being part of really standing in your superpower. That's what we do. We are angeltrekkers. We take the angles out of the shit. We clean up your shit so that you can really say yes to the power within. So having said that, how to increase now your energy frequency? And one of the elements that we talked to this morning in the tribe, you can find the information in the post here, is that you can really look and listen to the words and observe the words that you are using. A very general example is, for example, do you use lots of times the word try versus I'm going to do it, or I'm doing it, or I'm not going to do it, also being clear on what you will not do. And so that's not increasing your frequency, but decreasing your frequency. That's just a very simple example. Just listen to yourself. How many times am I saying trying instead of what I'm going to do, and giving clear indications to my unconscious mind of what I want? But it can also go further, because can you imagine that when you are judging yourself in the inside, and I hear lots of entrepreneurs being hard on themselves, and I know also what it is. I'm also in there quite some times, but I would think like only 10% versus what I was before. Now I can function on 85% of my time on positive energy, and that feels amazing. My life has changed totally. But can you also imagine when you are judging yourself, and maybe you recognize that of this voice sometimes being hard, and why did I not achieve this yet? Why is that possible with the other persons and not with me? Why are you stupid? Why are you still not there? How come this? Why this? Why this? All these why questions that are either way not so interesting to use, but they are there inside of us. And these words, when they come outside, decrease also our frequency level, but also, of course, when we are saying these words inside. But when, for example, someone asks you, how are you? You can answer in several ways. What my tendency sometimes was, and still sometimes is when someone says, how are you? And there's maybe 5% of my life at that time not functioning, but 95% is, I start talking about that 5%. I don't know if you recognize that. How many of you recognize it? Let me know in the chat. And then you are focusing again, and you're talking, and you're giving words to the things that you don't want. Well, imagine that you could focus on the 95% of your life which is working well, or maybe for you that's 60% or 70%, and you start saying, thank you, I'm doing well. I'm 95% of my life, everything is working out very well. And I had this beautiful experience today where I could coach an entrepreneur to make her feel again that she was really worthy and that she's good enough. And it was amazing. And I could be of service also later on in that day for her. It's another frequency. It's the same thing, for example, when you are talking to your children. You can say, oh, you're not doing this or that, or to your husband, or to your wife, and she's again, or he is again doing this or that. Or you can say, hey, I noticed that we had this agreement and it's not working. What can I do to help? How can we make it work? It's another frequency. It's higher in your energy frequency. You'll get more energy out of it. So I'm very curious what you got out of this inspiration, and just check it out today, which are the words that I'm using. Am I using words that are higher on frequency, or am I using words that are lowering my energy frequency? Let me know. Either way, talk to you soon. Bye.